Good morning, my dear little ones. How do you do? I hope all of you are doing your best at home. Are you? Yes, let us pray for the best. Okay, have you all revised the previous portions? Yes, you might have revised the first two chapters. Isn't it easy? Yeah, of course, it will be easier for you. Now, today we will be revising third chapter, that is the man who loved all. You can see here the image. Who is the man who loved all? That is Abraham Lincoln. So, this chapter is a biography. Biography means account of someone's life written by somebody. It could be the life history, it could be the stories from a particular person's life, it could be about their childhood, it could be about their schooling, and so on. So, here it's a story in the sense it's a biography about Abraham Lincoln. So, there was a time where people were brought in chains to the market. They were sold like animals. So, it is telling like that in starting, the starting sentence is such. So, there was a time when people were brought in chains to the market and sold like oxen and horses. So, they were sold to the white wealthy men in Europe and America. So, this practice we call it as slavery. So, this practice that time also it was called as slavery. So, conditions were very pathetic. It was very pathetic condition and they were treated mercilessly. Okay, they were treated mercilessly, we must say. So, they worked day and night. Slavery was abolished by Abraham Lincoln when he was the president of America. So, during his time, that was the condition of the people. So, the people were brought to the markets and they were sold like animals and they were not able to live a normal life. So, they were slaves. Then what happened? So, this Abraham Lincoln abolished the slavery when he was the president of America. We all know it's a very famous name. Abraham Lincoln is a very famous name. We already know how this man traveled from a poor cabin to the White House. So, he was the 16th president of America. So, he was and also in this chapter it is telling about when he was born, who is his father, who is his mother, who has taken care of him, how he had done the schooling. All these things are described in this one. So, let us see a brief summary about the Abraham Lincoln. So, he was from a poor family. Okay, so he was born on 12th February 1809 in a small hut, in a small log cabin. His father, Thomas Lincoln, was a farmer and mother, Nancy, was an illiterate housewife. They were wandering from one place to another. They were not having a house, proper house. So, they were wandering from one place to another place. And at last, what happened? They settled in a forest area. Since Lincoln was a healthy boy, he helped his father in farming. So, his father was a farmer, so he helped his father in a farming. He cleared all the forest with the help of axe, felling all the trees and making his livelihood. So, this young Lincoln was deprived of schooling since he was helping his father, farmer. So, he was deprived of schooling. Then what happened? So, the condition of the Lincoln was very pathetic. The poor condition, the pathetic condition of the family never allowed him for the schooling. He did not see any schools. And also they were living in a remote area. So, they never had a school nearby. That was also a problem. But in this way, he was living his livelihood. During 1880, what happened? A tragedy occurred in the life of Abraham Lincoln. His mother died. So it was a sorrowful moment for Abraham Lincoln. There is none to look after him except his elder sister. So what did his father do? His father again married. Her name is Sarah Bush Johnson, a widow of 3 children. But here, in almost all the cases, the stepmother will be very cruel. But here, in the case of Abraham Lincoln, his stepmother was so nice. She knew the value of education. She understood the importance of education. So what did she do? She encouraged them to learn, to read and write. So Lincoln, whenever he was getting time and all, what he used to do? He used to learn, read and write. He started to read the books. He went to a nearby ABC school and attended the classes, and he was so happy, and he was doing all this in between all the works he was reading and writing. He was attending in the ABC school. Lincoln took up many jobs. So what did he do? He took up many jobs. So he wanted to earn his living, isn't it? So he took up many jobs. He was employed as a ferry passenger in the cargo just closer by the river, and he was working as a clerk. He was working as a postmaster. He was working in the general store, and all he was doing different works to earn his living. So when he was working in a general store, he had plenty of time. So he utilized all his time. We are having plenty of time at home. Are we utilizing our time? So this is the time to think, to reflect over. Okay? So we are getting plenty of opportunities. We are getting plenty of chances, but we are not utilizing it properly. See how the Lincoln's life must inspire each one of us. So what did he do? He was facing a lot of difficulty. So in spite of all these difficulties, he tried to overcome. He tried to face all the challenges in his life. So he took so much interest in reading, learning. So during his work at the general store and all, he used to read the grammar. He used to read the poetry. During that time only, it was that time that he read the dramas of Shakespeare. So he had lot of public contact. He had lot of appreciation in the public, and he was respected for his humor as well as his logic. He was a man of humor sense. He was respected by the people. He became popular as a good speaker and started taking keen interest in politics. So he was a good speaker. And in 1832, what happened? He contested for the Illinois seat for the House of the Representatives for the Democratic Party. He had contested but was terribly defeated. Lincoln contested the elections again. Again in 1834, he was elected. In 1842, what happened? Lincoln married Mary Todd. And this Lincoln-Mary couple had 4 sons. In 1858, what happened? The Republican Party declared Lincoln as their choice for US Senate. And Lincoln was defeated. But by May 1860, Lincoln's speeches in New York had gained many national reputation, and he was nominated as a candidate for presidency. He was elected again in 1860 and took office as the President of the United States of America. We all know that he was the 16th President of United States, America. At the time when Lincoln took office, there was a civil war between the northern as well as the southern states. So there was a war between the northern and southern states. And who won the war? Lincoln won the war. But Lincoln was assassinated in the sense killed while he was watching a play at the Ford Theatre. So then also he is still remembered for his big achievements like saving the nation, abolishing the slavery, and also he is considered to have been the greatest American president. He had brought lot of revolution in the history during his presidentialship. And his sense of devotion and sacrifice are examples of the highest standards in the publics. So his sense of devotion, his sacrifices, that won a lot of appreciation in the public. He was appreciated by the public, and also we know that he was a speaker. Did you understand, children? Hope this chapter is clear to you. Here there are few word meanings, the difficult words. You just repeat after me. Before repeating, just let us see what are the words here. The first one is tragedy. Can you see? Tragedy. That is a great fortune. Tragedy means great fortune. Then the next word is log cabin. What is it? A small hut made up of wood. A small hut made up of wood. That is the meaning of log cabin. And the next one is ferry. What is the meaning of ferry? The carry passengers by boat or ship. Ferry means carry passengers by boat or ship. And the fourth one is cargo. What is the meaning of cargo? Goods carried commercially. So goods were carried commercially with the help of cargo. How it is being carried? On a ship, or in the aircraft, or on a truck. Then the next word meaning is of isolated. What is the meaning of isolated? Not joined with others. Otherwise we can say it as separate, not joining with others. Then the last word meaning here is assassinate. What is assassinate? Murder. So these are the difficult words, that word power given behind your text. Once again I will read it for you to get the correct accent. Tragedy. T-R-A-G-E-D-Y. Tragedy. What is the meaning of tragedy? Great misfortune. The second word, log cabin. A hut made up of wood. And the next word is ferry. What is the meaning of ferry? Carry passengers by boat or ship. The next word is cargo. Goods carried commercially by ship, aircraft or by truck. Isolated, not joined with others, separate. Assassinate, that is murder. Is it clear to you, the word power? Can you read it? Read it loudly by yourself so that it will be more clear, so that you will learn the correct accent, the correct pronunciation of each word. Okay? Now let us see the grammar portion behind the text. First let us see the question answers. Page number 22. You just open the page number 22. The first question is, what was the condition of the slaves? What was the condition of the slaves during Lincoln's time? Yeah, all of you know that, isn't it? The condition of slaves were worse than that of animals. It was worse than that of animals. Second question, why could Lincoln not go to school? Why he did not go to school? We all know that, isn't it? The poor conditions of the family didn't permit Lincoln to go to school. The poor condition, the pathetic condition of the family never allowed him to go to school. What is the next question? Which job helped Lincoln and how? Which job helped Lincoln and why? Working as clerk. He got much time to read. So working as a clerk, that job gave him much time to read. And what is the next question? Why did people respect Lincoln? Why did people respect Lincoln? People respect Lincoln because he was a good lover of mankind. Why did he is being respected? Because he was a lover of all mankind, and he had a great humor sense, and he had a logic too. We have already discussed during the summary. I have told he was a man of humor sense and man of logic. So he was a lover of human being. That's what people respected Lincoln. The next question, to which political party did Abraham Lincoln belong? To which political party he belongs? He belonged to the Republican Party. So he had been defeated many a times. Then also again he contested for the election, and thus he had become the president of United States America. So what is the moral moral lesson that which we receive from this chapter. So, though we are defeated, though we are from a pathetic condition, or though we are in a poor condition, then also we must face all the challenges. We must overcome all the crises. We must overcome all the challenges. That is what the main moral of this chapter is, isn't it? Don't you feel that, children? Yes, I know that all of you are very eagerly learning and listening this chapter. Did you understand the question answers of this chapter? Now let us move to the grammar portion of this text, that is regarding plurals. So making plurals. So how to make plurals? If you are given one singular noun or singular the plurals, how do you make the plurals? What is the ending words? Sometimes we may add s, sometimes we may add ies, sometimes we may add es to the words. So all of you might have learned from the primary classes onwards. Now you are in the class 5th, isn't it? Now you will be very familiar with the plurals. Are you? Yes. Let us see the plurals. What is the plural of hen? Hens. What is the plural of class? Classes. So CLASS will be the spelling of class, and we have to add es to that particular noun. Then mango, mangoes. City, cities. So you may be having doubt what type of questions may come for the first periodic test. So it's very simple, dear students. If you listen my classes, you can write it very easily. It will be from the textbook also, as well as from the question answer. Question answers in the sense, since it is the multiple choice question answers, sometimes it will be asked in this way: who abolished slavery? For example, I am telling. Okay. Then what you have to write? Abraham Lincoln. Such type of questions may come. Then it may be asking the write down, select the plural form of hen will be given, s will be given, es will be given, ous will be given. So you have to select the proper plural of that particular word. In that way, the question answers may come for you. And next here is given the question behind in your textbook is in page number 23. You just see the countable and uncountable nouns. What is countable nouns? That which can be counted, isn't it? Very easy. And the word referring to that which we are not able to count, that is uncountable. Countable means that which we are able to count, and uncountable means that which we are not able to count. Okay, so boy. Can we count boys? Yes. So what is it? Countable nouns or uncountable nouns? Countable. Stone. Can we count? If it selected stones, then we can count. Oil. Can you count? No, you will not be able to count the oil. So it comes under uncountable nouns, isn't it? Liquid. Can you count? No. So hope you might have got the differences between the countable as well as the uncountable. Countable means that which can be counted. Uncountable means that we cannot be counted. Okay? Is it clear to you? So just go through the classes that which I have given you. Just read the textbook. For example, for the mother and all, you may be having doubt. Shall we revise the first 8 lines of the poem? Yes, you must learn. Then only when I am asking, when the questions will be given in this way, write down, select the first line from the poem. So you have to select from the options that which is given there, or select the third line of the poem. So of course you have to learn the first 8 lines of the poem, and also you must read the textbook. Then only you will be getting. So do well, children. Wishing you all a beautiful and brilliant day. Thank you.